Hi there everybody. On today's video I have this Vauxhall Zafira. This is a 2015, this is a 1.4 petrol Zafira. I'm gonna be changing the oil filter. I'm just gonna show you where the air filter is, and also gonna top up some screen wash fluid. This particular car, the 1.4, takes so the 1.4 engine here, this is the B14NEL, takes, gonna have a look. So the B14NEL takes 4 liters of oil, including the filter, and also they recommend 5W30, so 5W30 or 5W40 petrol and diesel engines. Temperatures can be down up to -25. So I'm gonna start by just showing you where the air filter goes. The air filter goes in that box over there. Now that box, it's just held in by some Phillips screws. The Phillips screws are those little ones there, and there is a number of them around the box. If you remove those, you'll be able to open that cover and take that filter out. Just undo the Phillips screws that are all around here. There's a few of them. I already undone them, and then this cover will come up, and that's where the filter is. You can just take it out. This one's again fairly clean. It's a Crossland A20667. So you just get your new one in and close the box and put the screws back in. Now the screen wash fluid, which I've already topped up in this car, goes in here. You can get screen wash fluid from any garage, petrol station, ready mixed or concentrated. I guess the ready mixed is easier. You just put it in there, open that cap and fill it in there. This one is already full. And well, with that done, we can move on to doing the oil and the oil filter. So I'm going to open this cap here. This is where we top up the oil, and just pull the dipstick out. Okay, so before I get the car up and we drain the oil, we can open the oil filter cup, which is sitting up here. You can just about see it from here. Just focus a little bit in there, or we can just about see it from there. It's this one here. So just see the tip there. I've got a 24mm here. Just gonna put on top of the filter there, and we can just open that. Shouldn't be too tight. Once it's loose, you'll be able to So once it's loose, just slowly you can open it, just let the oil that's in there drain down. And you can also let it sit there for a few minutes once you open it, because that way the oil can drain down, and so you don't pull it out and make a mess. So I'm just gonna wait 5 minutes for that to drain. Okay, let that drain for a little bit. Just got a bit of paper here, just so when I take it out, if any oil drips, then it will drip on the paper. So there we are. That's our filter there, and that will just pop out of here like so. And we have an O-ring as well, so we're gonna be changing that as well. But now I'm gonna get the car up and gonna drain the oil. If you're working outside or anything, just make sure maybe you cover that hole so nothing goes in there, you know, dirt, leaves, anything that the wind might be blowing, any birds flying may wanna go in there. So just cover it up and make sure it's not exposed. Since I'm working in the garage, that should be fine for me. Okay, so now I'm going to get the car up and we're gonna drain the oil. Okay, so looking at the car from underneath, we have the exhaust here and the oil sump is here, and we need to open this here, the sump plug. And I'm using one of these keys. This is a T45, it's a Torx T45, to open that. You also will notice there is a little note here, 14 Newton meters. If you have a torque wrench, you can tighten this to 14 Newton meters. Now get yourself an oil pan to catch the oil. And also, if the engine's been running, the oil can be very hot, so just make sure you don't burn yourself, or you can do it when it's a little bit colder. Okay, so I'm just gonna let that drain for a while, 10 minutes or so. This oil it does look a little bit clean, but the last time it was changed, it was 2018. But it's just that the car didn't go many miles. So that's been dripping for some time. Now I'm just gonna get my sump plug back in there. These ones don't have a copper washer. So again, if you have a torque wrench, just torque that to 14 Newton meters. But 14 Newton meters isn't a lot of force, so if you haven't got one, just don't over tighten that. Okay, now I'm going to lower the car and we can finish off by putting our new filter and topping up some oil. Okay, so got the car down now. This is the oil filter I'm using, and like I said, this is the 1.4 petrol. And basically all you need to do is remove the old O-ring that will be just sitting around here, because we're gonna get with our new filter that just plugs in there. You get a new O-ring. Fit that in there, and then I'm just going to apply a little bit of multi-purpose grease around this O-ring, or you can use a little bit of the oil you're gonna use for the car, and that just allows the rubber to sit properly. When we screw this back on, the rubber will slide in nicely and it won't get kinked or anything else. So now we're ready to fit this. You will notice that on that cap it says 25 Newton meters, and again, if you have a torque wrench you can torque it to that. Also, I like to put it in by hand as much as I can, making sure it's going in the right direction, so we don't damage anything. Okay, again, 25 Newton meters isn't a lot of force, so you don't need to over tighten that. And now all is left is to top up some oil, and 4 liters 5W30. And once you get all your oil in there, just close that up. Dipstick in there. Just gonna check dipstick, and I can see the oil here. Try to get the camera to focus. Is the max will be this part here, so this is just a little bit above the max, and the reason for that is because some of the oil, once we run the engine, some of the oil will go into the oil filter housing and will remain there, and then when you measure this again, it should be around here. Okay, so now I'm gonna get the car started, make sure everything is running well. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So I hope this video helps. That bit of a noise that we heard at the beginning when I started the car is just because the oil pump has to get the oil around the engine, so you may hear a bit of a noise, but it should be fine. So anyway, hope this video helps, and thank you for watching.